Hi, so I finally finished the ink drawings, and here they are. So, starting off, here is the illustration that I did based off the wooden comb that I have. Um, with my thumbnails and like experimenting, well, no, with my rough drafts and thumbnails, a lot of people pointed out that they enjoyed the second option, which was a more zoomed in picture of the comb as a bus with its little passengers getting in. So yeah, here it is. I really enjoyed this one just because the different textures I was able to create with the different hatching of lines. But not only that, but just giving a bit of animation type of feel to the characters in there. So like you can see that the pill not the pill bug, the bus bug here is like super friendly, super smiley, and I've turned his mustache into or like a bug's features into something more of a mustache and teeth. And even the ants here have hair to and facial expressions that give them a bit of personality. Um, I think the hardest part about this was probably figuring out how to add more shadow details to it. Especially because when I started off this picture, I started off with the rocks here, and that kind of became the base of how I should design everything else. So to me, the rocks feel a bit out of place based on the style of the rest of my picture, but I really enjoy it. I do wish I added a bit more of darker colors within the bus because it kind of has the same color as the exterior to the interior inside. And yeah, um, the next one here is the one based off my pill case. So I thought it would be funny if the pill case got turned into a car, but Professor Chef pointed out that maybe I could turn it into more of a jeepney because I'm of Filipino descent. So I thought it was funny too. So I kind of tried doing that. It does lack a bit of the details, like the signs and the colors of a typical jeepney. But again, I thought it'd be super funny if, because it was based off of my pill case, that it was a jeepney driving super fast to deliver this giant pill. As you can see here, the passengers too, they are like gremlin or impish. And Chef mentioned making them kind of look Filipino too, but I didn't know how to do that since Filipino people come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. To me, they look Filipino, but I don't know. I This one challenged me a lot because a lot of people mentioned that they liked in my thumbnail the this version of it going uphill, but I thought that it was lacking a bit of detail in terms of like movement. So I looked at a lot of like manga with cars for inspiration as to how to add like details to make it look like it's speeding. So watching and reading Initial D again really helped out, especially with these lines here. I do wish there could be a bit more of line variation in terms of thickness to bring out like the character here. He's getting a bit blended with like these strokes in the background. But I've never done something like this before, and I'm really proud of it. I especially love this little guy here who's hanging on to dear life. He fell out of the jeepney. And then for my last one, this is the one based on my watering can. And throughout this entire creative process, this one has been the easiest when it comes to figuring out what kind of illustration I was going for. Um, so as you can see here, it's this little, again, imp slash gremlin character that's sneaking in the middle of the night to decorate or fix these cupcakes that a person left behind. So a good chunk of this is very based in the kitchen, and I thought it was very smart of me to just add minimal detail in the background here and just overlay it with uh some alcoholic markers. I do apologize. I knew that coloring wasn't necessary, but in order for me to figure out what I want to do in terms of like hatching and adding shadow and detail with my micron pens, it's easier for me to just put a base color in to figure stuff out. The one part I don't like about this piece is I got lost and ended up messing up the shadow under the table. So it is in the wrong perspective. But I think if I had even more time, maybe I could have edited it online. I just need to figure out how to do that. Um, and maybe even here for the shadow of the creature, it's a pretty random shape, but I don't know if it aligns to the shape of the creature. So yeah. Um Overall, this was a very fun experience, and I I had a lot of fun doing this. So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it and to view other people's work. Thank you.